Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's J-Boogie. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Survival Building with ya boy J-Boogie. I have some good news, and I've got some bad news. The bad news is that I recorded an hour's worth of footage for episode 3 on my webcam. The good news is that I'm just going to do a quick montage of what happened, then I'm going to talk for about 10 to 15 minutes after. Capiche? Capiche. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. First, we trekked a far ways away and found a zombie spawner. Then I showed you guys the village that I found because I didn't want you guys to think that I was cheating. Then we trekked on back home. On the way home, I found another village and found absolutely nothing. Went home once again and saddled me up a stallion. And said stallion and I barely survived a creeper explosion. And that brings us here to where I have entrapped my horse so that he can't get out, just to make sure that I can come back to him when I am done building. We are at the building grounds, and as you can see, I have built something. Now this was actually built off camera. This was built while I was gathering supplies and kind of getting an idea of what I want to do for, what's it called? For our next project. And see, I have a lot of stuff. And this is not even half of the stuff I have back at my house, which is way that way. I had to find a good area. So that brings us to this little wall. An area where the beginning of a huge city will begin. And that's where I kind of want to start off with telling you guys exactly what this city and what this area is going to be all about. I want to have lore in my world, and that is what's going to be how I'm going to find interest in what I do. And to continue on, yes, I understand that looks terrible. I will fix that. Don't worry. That'll be off camera, like the rest of that house. But we'll get to that when I'm done with the lore. Chill. Okay, so this wall, okay, so you may be wondering, like, why in the mountains are you building sandstone, you know? And, you know, it's not the greatest building choice, but there's a reason behind it. And it's because of the lore, which is what I'm going to get into now. So, the lore behind this area is that there was a city known as the Great City of Magi, M-A-G-I, okay? It was very similar to, like, an Egyptian civilization. It was in the middle of a desert, and the reason they did this is so that enemies of their kingdom, I'm going to call it the Kingdom of Magi. There we go. The Kingdom of Magi. And so that the enemies of their kingdom could not attack them secretly. They would know just by their watchtowers exactly who was going to be attacking them. But the only issue is that they had a very limited and short supply of water. Well, in the year of the dragon, yes, the year of the dragon. That sounds weird, but it's going to come into play in a little bit. Just hold your horses. In the year of the dragon, there is a severe drought, and on one random day, the women and children were on their morning routine to go and find some water, or to go and get some water, for the morning feast, for the morning, you know, for the king and all that. Well, the water had run dry, and they had no supply of water whatsoever. So they sent 7 brave men to go and find some. And they did find some, but the only issue is that they didn't get back in time, and their whole kingdom had died of thirst. They had all died because they didn't have enough water. And so these 7 men came to this area because they said, you know what, this is never going to happen again. We are going to build our city on top of water and in the mountains. So that is why this is kind of like that. Their kind of main import is import and export. Export, not import. Export is sandstone. That is what other kingdoms buy from them. And maybe some red clay too. And the red clay, it kind of reminds me of the dragon, which gets to my next point. Since it's the year of the dragon and they want this to never happen again, they praise the dragon as a god, and they basically pray to him, asking that he never allows this to happen again. So that brings me to my next thing. So in the episode, the building episode was me building this house. The house is definitely not finished yet. I built this little docking area where you can just, you know, string up your boats. And then we built our little walkway. There will be a lot more houses in here. Maybe some, I'm thinking about like a big watchtower right here. So you come inside, and yes, it looks awful. Doesn't matter. It'll be done in the next before the next episode, I believe. However, this is what it looks like. I hope you guys enjoy it thoroughly. Other than that, you know, it didn't take too long, but, you know, I did cuts and whatnot. I got the foundation out because building on water is one of the hardest things to do because, you know, you can't, you know, like this, you can't place a block like that. So, you know, you gotta make columns like that and whatnot, and that's what kind of gives it its effect. I'm going, you know, kind of modern. I don't know necessarily if it's gonna be 100% modern, but this house definitely will have a modern feel to it. The roof might not. I might do something different with the roof, but you guys will see that before the next episode. But other than that, let's get back in our boat. And we're going to go name our horse real quick. That's something, you know, something kind of interesting for you guys to see. I know I just got that name tag, but we also have a horse that I enjoy, so might as well name it. So, other than that, that's kind of the episode. I know it's extremely, extremely short, but actually, what am I doing? I don't have an anvil to name this thing. Okay, you know what? Instead of naming it and being kind of random, I'm gonna have I'm gonna ask a question of you guys. If you guys in the comment section down below could think of a name for my my horsey, I would much appreciate that, because that way I don't have to pick it myself, and it's kind of getting you guys involved. So if you have a name for this guy, he really bobs his head. If you guys have a name for this guy, leave it in the comment section down below, and I will choose my favorite. And yeah, that's about it for this episode. Yes, once again, I know it's extremely short. What in the heck? But I kind of messed up with the audio, and I just wanted to give something out to you guys because I was running low on time. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the let's see. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Of the building with J-Boogie on survival. If you guys did enjoy, leave your comment. What are you doing, boy? All right. Yeah, keep doing you. Okay. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, just leave a like, you know, comment, you know, something like that, you know, something to make sure you can tell me that you enjoyed it. Other than that, I appreciate all the feedback that you guys have been giving me and the support. But until then, guys, this is J-Boogie, and I want you guys just to remember, boogie down.